Recording is starting.
We're still waiting on poison.
Oh, well.
That son of a bitch.
And I mean, it is a really cool sculpture, but my eyes keep on being drawn to the weird nub in the crotch area. Why does he have that?
Why not?
Hey, aliens have to love too, okay?
Yeah, Peach is the authority on this. The xenomorphs.
Oh, it
are
really
women,
does. That is an
Did you really
unfortunate-
have to frame this as the Peach is the authority on this?
Yeah.
Peach is the authority on this. What's your opinion? What's your professional opinion?
Yeah.
The nub in the center doesn't feel accurate to the xenomorph biology.
Thank you, Professor Peach.
You're welcome. I appreciate being called in to talk on this.
It's a very important matter.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
The TED Talk. Why xenomorphs shouldn't have sex.
Well, they can't reproduce. It's the face huggers that do that.
Yeah. I'm not saying, and like, I'm just saying, if they wanted to have sex, they could. I'm just saying they don't have, you know, genitals that exist. I'm not going into the biology of xenomorphs right now. I've done this too many times.
Watch Poppy. Wait on you, fucknuts. Where is he?
Where are you?
Here.
Oh, there we go.
Why would you call me a fucknut like that? This is
So rude.
I mean it affectionately,
Wow.
obviously. You're all my fucknuts.
What?
Whoa.
Together we make
Aw.
a fuck mega.
That's right, exactly.
We can make a fuck tree.
No.
You played that
Anyway. Not that. I love how immediately everybody turned against you, Garrick. Beautiful.
Oh.
I love it when a plan comes together. Get the recording going, Chris, and we'll keep playing.
It is. It's recording. It's been recording for the last, like,
Oh,
5
wonderful.
minutes.
Good. Looking back up in bowels of the bottom of the well, you all find yourselves still reeling from the weight of that melee, though ultimately having survived such close quarters ambush, do you all find yourselves engrossed by these mattings of viscera, gore, and effluvia that coat your beings, save for Kane, who in the back is just kind of soiled like the pet legs of his jerkin and attire, but otherwise is completely unmolested by the weight of this melee. Do you all find yourselves triumphant over such a harrowing task?
I don't fancy our chances of cleaning this well.
Please.
Bad.
Garrick turns to his right and notices that it goes deeper. I just... doesn't look like it's going to be done anytime soon either.
Ekaterina's gonna rub at her eyes a little frustratedly. I think if we just get the bodies out, we can continue on with the original plan.
I agree.
There's no certainty that there isn't more down there. If we just purify it now, it might get infected again. Let's take
The bodies did come out of the mud below.
We should take a rest here.
1 second.
If you want to go check to see if there's more down there, I can't fucking do it. I can't see shit.
You alright?
I don't know, I got something in my eye.
I'm going to divine sense.
All right. Invoking your second channel divinity, do your senses
I'll use it
watch
second.
out, and an echoing wave of divination crashes over like an echolocation sort of ping that rolls over the general vicinity. And as you enchant yourself with such aptitude and begin to meander around these dark halls,
Yeah, I'm not going to go further than this.
you got
Just in case.
you find that the edges of your senses and as far cast as your senses go do not detect any more undead or unholy beings that would otherwise occupy
Okay.
this
Any
subterranean
direction.
in any direction.
Okay. I'm going to just peek a little bit more.
Just take a long. Don't come back. Let's take a short rest, please. Please, a short rest.
Please take a shot, please. As you step forward and made confident by your spell, do you find that nothing awaits or contests you?
Okay. Fence is going to come back and just look at Garrick, who's just shouting at him, and says, "No bad."
Thank God.
And then I guess I'll join everybody in having a nice sit down, dunk my feet in the water.
All right. Then I will prompt you all for a short rest in the chat for anyone who would like.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's pretty dog shit, my guy. That's another one. That's a 2. These hit die, man.
I had to use all
Middling.
3.
Skill issue.
There you go. There's a max one for you.
Maximum.
Yeah.
There
my
you
channel
go.
didn't back. Incredible.
There you go. I don't. I'm not using a die. I only took 4 points of damage. I'm good. Garrick will look at friend and notice he's to the weapons hanging off his side. Friend, are you by chance using any of them?
Friend looks at the swords and then looks back at Garrick and just shakes his head.
Would you mind if I take them off your hands? This knife is a little too little for me.
Friend just shrugs and just takes that and just waits for you to pick whichever one you want.
Is both fine? I need more. I have an idea, at least.
So the
both
weapons
has
of this person are a great sword. He has a small bundle of javelins, and then he has the Durst longsword.
Well, what was the first one?
His great sword, which he is actively using.
Well, yeah, no. I'll take the javelin. I'll take a javelin and then the little Durst longsword. But that's fine,
Yeah,
with friend.
Yeah, sure. I actually don't know how many javelins I have.
You have 6. If you want, you can give him.
Okay, yeah, I can get them one.
I will take that and make it my main weapon now.
And I'll give him the longsword as well. Yeah, why not?
For the Durst longsword, I would like to turn that into my steel defender.
Absolutely. Then, over the course of this rest, do you begin to constitute and engrave the weapon with the runes of animation? As I will change the artwork of your steel defender to be a sword.
Incredible.
Garrick takes his tinkerer's tools out and begins carving the runes right into from the hilt of the blade, from the bottom of the blade itself all the way to the tip. Before he holds the sword, he plants the tip of the sword into the ground and begins by grabbing the handle of the sword with both hands. Does he begin enchanting is elvish magic straight into it, giving it a slight autumn glow. The runes going across the sword begin glowing the same orange that he is, and it begins, once he lets go of the sword, it begins taking flight. To clarify, does the sword come with a scabbard?
It did not originally, no.
Okay, then Garrick will just have it fly close behind him, almost as if like against his back, almost like if it was in a scabbard.
You got it.
I feel a little bit more prepared now. Should have done
will
this from
also
the start.
As a nature of your guys' short rest, doing the light activity, and maybe sort of taking an extra 15 minutes, I'll say. Do you involve yourself in the processes of extracting the corpses of your slain foes to remove the infectious debris from the reservoir of the well water?
Would that be like out of the well itself, or just out into the pond we're in, the land we're in?
As you prefer.
If we're gonna go out, I actually have a great idea.
You got it. It takes some strain.
I have an idea, guys, to get the bodies out. There was a rope at the top. We could, if me and Leshy go up to the top, we could have him we could have the rope tied around the corpses and dragged up to save us a little bit more time.
Sure, whatever works.
It should.
Do not mind.
Is that fine with you, Leshy?
Yeah.
All right.
You hear a meowing and a barking from the top of the well as both Wisp and Rook sort of call out to you guys as you begin to use the well's native sort of pulley system to one by one unload the chunks out into the surface. And it requires no skill check. It's a labor of time, less or so than of efforts. And slowly but surely do you excavate the last of the contaminants, leaving only the defiled water.
Yes, I'm sure there aren't any bits or pieces that we left behind early.
If anything, we can just burn it. And just save us more time. I'm though really curious what's down here. Victor, Leshy, would you like to come with me?
You mean that way?
Yes. That way.
Should we not all go?
If
Alright.
I'm just out of curiosity.
No bad.
Well, as long as there's no bad.
Friend is still illuminated. Guides the way along and lights it for those of you without the acumens capable of sight. And as you come into this chamber, Victor, I assume you follow? Wasn't?
He's fucking dead.
He's fucking dead.
No.
Oh, his mic is broke. Okay, so he's tending to it. You got it. We'll have you follow. As you guys enter into this broad chamber, you can see that this is a very natural formation, a small little aquifer that was tapped into to afford this little well water, and has since sort of the recesses have sort of wound down into that more shallow sublevel, as this has probably been used for centuries, if not decades, to have sort of funneled out this much water over such a long period of time. But as you begin to look around, why don't you guys go ahead and roll me investigation checks? Those of you without dark vision are relying on Friend's light to do so. And this is, again, a matter of time, not labor, so there's not a penalty for this.
Can I help somebody instead? Oh, you guys don't fucking need it, apparently.
Nope.
Gotta beat.
I'll help Leshy.
23.
Letchy.
We both. Well, actually, mine's in mind fixing is even worse, but I'll help you.
Get that 23.
Oh, you got it.
23.
There you go. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So it starts with Garrick and Kane as you guys begin to meander about this chamber, and with your elven dark visions, you guys sort of see the shapes that linger in this room before everyone else, and that is sort of coiled around in the space right where Leshy is standing. Leshy initially doesn't sort of seem to understand what he is standing on top of until you guys begin to investigate it. Does his attention turn to see? They're obscured heavily by grime and the natural elements and everything like that, is a small drawn geometric diagram that sets into the soil. The only people, let's see. Victor can make an Arcana check here. And the only other person, I'm going to be kind to you when I say this out loud, the only person capable of rolling a number that would tell you what this is Garrick. You're the only one with a modifier high enough that would allow you to make this Arcana check.
Ooh, oh god.
Oh, I
Victor-
can't?
Oh no, you can. I'm saying your DC is lower for a reason I can't tell you yet. But Victor and Garrick are the only two. If you would please make me Arcana checks to see if you can determine what this diagram.
Can I just give him the help action and
Sure,
give
yeah.
him advantage? If my DC's higher, might as well just give you the better chance.
Okay. We ball. Can I burn an inspiration to reroll?
If you want to
Sure.
take a guidance real quick, just to see if before you burn your inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. D4?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
3. 19.
Do you believe that's high enough, or would you like to burn your inspiration?
Oh, shit, don't ask me, dude.
I don't know, God. What do you think?
I know the answer, but I'm not gonna tell you. Do you think a 19 is high enough?
Whoa, hold on. What's everyone's modifiers?
I'm a +5.
+5?
What are you?
5.
Sitting strong with a -2.
Yeah, I'm the only one with that's capable of matching you.
So my question is, do we think that the DC was lowered more than 5?
Can I give him a bardic as well? It's a bonus action and
Yeah,
guidance.
if you want to
is an
burn a
action,
resource
so-
for it, yeah, I'll let you.
Go for it. Take a bardic. I wink at you.
Yeah,
So roll a d6.
Okay, then I guess before we have to roll again, does that make it? Oh, okay, never mind.
24.
Do you think a 24 is high enough?
I think a 24.
Yeah,
makes
that's
it.
24's
No
got to
one
be
else
high
can
enough.
make it.
That's absolutely high enough because that
If
would
you
be
lowered
mine.
the DC, you better have lowered it by at least 1.
Because
I will
okay,
tell you
that's
right
my
now,
max with a nat
If
20.
you're locking in a 24, the DC was 17. So the guy,
Kill yourself! Kill yourself!
Fucking jackwagon! God damn you! You made us waste resources.
you
I
guys
could
wanted
have
to
made
make sure.
that.
No,
Job
it was
well
me because I was
no,
You
really,
smug
couldn't.
asshole.
Ah, what a fucking.
Unless this spell effect is on your spell list, the DC increases by 5. So everyone except for Victor, this was a DC
What?
22.
Oh, so, okay. Yeah, I was. Okay, go ahead.
So, Victor, as you're sort of looking through these diagrams, you're realizing that these are very mathematically placed and centralized runes that are concentrically arranged in a formation that has been worn long over the times, but the magic of the teleportation circle very seldom wanes. Looking over while it has faded, most certainly, and it has been inert for some times, this is indeed the receiving end of a teleportation circle that must have been placed here centuries ago by your estimation.
Oh no, it's a cursed book. Do I have a
It's
book
not
in my
cursed.
inventory that's not? No, I meant the spell book I took
Oh.
from the manor. I'm gonna take my spell book and I'm gonna scribe it down, just in case you feel a little ballsy to give me an early teleportation. And
Well,
he
you can
sits
have it
down-
inscribed, but until you can get a spell slot to cast it, you can't do anything.
Oh, you! Oh, I'll
Also-
still write it.
Okay.
Victor
Yeah.
seems more interested about this for a second, and he steps ahead and he kneels down, and he moves his hand out, and he goes, "Hold on a second, don't touch it." And then he opens the book, that he has that's a spell book, and he starts scribing into it. Like his hands moving super fast to try to etch it as best as he can, looking up and down for a second. And then after it's fully transcribed, and only then will he tuck the book back, and he'll the receiving end, so somebody teleported here.
So you know that teleportation circles work in runic sequences in networks. So they're all receivers and transmitters. You just know that this is a part of a greater network.
This is a teleportation circle. I only ever seen two before, but I'm sure of it. This is some kind of way somebody's using to connect to other teleportation circles. I don't know where, and I don't know how many.
Garrick will look at you very, very surprised, and when you say you don't know where, you frowned, saddening. There's no way to tell.
I mean, if the blight was brought about by the Count, and it seems to, I think there's only so many places we can assume it goes to.
I have been thinking there were many more zombies inside the well, so perhaps the village above became infected from the well to begin with.
That would make sense.
Yep. Probably right.
Should we
To explain how it was able to spread so fast.
Should we get rid of it to prevent it from happening again?
If that's something you can do, but
They may just set up
It's just that
another.
we have to break. Would I know that it's just you have to bust it, right?
Teleportation circles are, especially one as you're. So there's like temporary ones that last for the duration of the initial spell. There are others that, if they are worked on in continuity, become permanent. The only way to break a permanent teleportation circle, such as this, would require a use of dispel magic.
Oh, would I know that?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
Can we instead go through it?
No, absolutely not.
No, it'd be, Leshy, it'd be one, too risky to even attempt it, and two, this is only a receiving end. There's
You
no.
can use it any.
We would have to find the other end, and it would only be a one-way.
And again, if the plague was set upon the village by the Count, right, this probably leads either to him or someone close to him, and they will kill you in a single snap of their fingers.
For now, I think we should probably plug up this well, or at least seal the wall. If anything teleports in, they'd have to dig it out.
You can do that, but listen, if they want to get in here again, they're going to.
Well,
Do you think a wall is going to stop it?
what would you suggest? We can't just leave it here and hope to God nothing happens.
Yes, but if you erase it, whoever put it there is going to find out. And they're
What
probably
if-
not going to be very happy about it.
That's why I suggest we just seal the entrance. We seal the entrance. We can at least prevent them from
Let
having
me
to come
ask
in.
you, if we collapsed this area on top of the circle, the next time something teleports through, what would happen?
It either won't teleport at all, or it'd be stuck. If there's enough of a gap, it'll be stuck underneath the rubble.
I like that idea.
We would need to maybe Ismark might have some form of explosive we could detonate in here.
The walls and ceiling have any cracks?
You look up, and this is a natural cavern, meaning that this is an area of subterranean erosion that has withered this over countless years, millions of years. While it's not impossible to cause a load-bearing sort of compromise in here with enough sort of kinetic energy dispersed in any which way, you know that would cause a sinkhole directly above this area.
Probably need to find a way to bring something in here, unless we want to start destroying the town.
I
Well, if we go
really
over
have
these
to.
options.
There,
Sorry.
No matter what you do, you are upsetting someone who works for a proverbial god. Right?
What's happening?
would you rather the townsfolk be subjugated to more despair if we just leave the
Garrick,
ruins
they
here?
will be subjugated to despair regardless. They live in Barovia.
The-
Do you understand that setting this doesn't change anything? If the Count wants to come down here and play little undead dolls with everyone again, he will, regardless of your actions. It's simply going to happen.
we
Anything we do here, ultimately, does not matter. We are wasting time.
I respectfully, I disagree. I have, by my honor, I cannot just leave this here if we would cause more suffering to the people above.
That's what you're not understanding, is that it's not going to be this that causes the suffering, it's going to be... I don't know how many times I can keep explaining this to you.
You can't change my mind on this.
Fine, do it. Let it be known that I, Yekaterina of the Zaravan, to anyone who may or may not be listening, am not involved. I'm getting it up the fucking well.
What's happened? I go to a bathroom and everybody's fighting.
Oh, Yekaterina
We had
and
an
Garrett had a
argument.
disagreement over what should be done about the transportation circle they found.
Oh.
Where Yekaterina basically argued, no matter what you do, you're just pissing off whoever did it, and they're going to be able to come back anyways, so it won't change anything. And Garrick says because of his honor, he has to get rid of it.
Well, not
Well,
get rid of it. At
it
least
was-
slow
Or
it down.
stop it. Yeah.
Okay.
What is this?
That's a stalagmite.
Are you, Chris? Are you having Garrick walk back towards us?
I'm trying to see if there's any way we could knock down the wall, seal it, and just kind of seal this hallway.
I would like to spot
Is-
and kick this stalagmite.
Is it bad?
What?
There's no telling who.
We found zombies in a well. There's a teleportation circle. The zombies could have been teleported in. That's the assumption we're having right now.
There could have been, but
Or
I
felon?
don't see any other.
Either fell-
zombies down here.
That is true, but I don't want to. Who knows what this could mean? I don't want to risk it.
Leshy, at the base of the stalagmite, do you find it something that might, in its weight and debris, be enough? It is a sizable geological feature, and I'm going to say that the TC for this is quite high. But go ahead and roll me an athletics check to see if you can topple the stalagmite.
Is that going to cause a cave-in? Oh God.
No, it's not. A stalagmite is not touching the ceiling.
Oh, okay.
Friend, may I have
No.
your assistance, please?
I think, friend, after what happened last time, when the entire village got slaughtered, when we interfered with things, and as much as friend hates it because he still thinks Yekaterina was wrong with the vampire, I think friend just shakes his head and says bad.
Uh,
And I'm gonna make my way to the water, which is what we were originally here to do.
I guess
Well,
Garrick will
She
try.
believes that more zombies will be teleported in here if we do nothing, and this will all be for naught. So he's going to kick the thing.
I'm going to help you. At least Garrick is almost as strong.
Alright, Leshy. Go ahead and make that roll.
Can I lower the DC? I don't know, or give him advantage?
You're giving him advantage.
Okay, sweet.
Okay. Wow.
Leveraging your strength over the stone feature is the roots of it that embed themselves in the bottom of the cave, just so robust and thick that as you try to leverage your weight and dig your mechanical appendages into the ground as a way to sort of find purchase and counterweight, as you push yourself forward, you can feel that the stone is indeed sort of buckling against you, but it's just too deep rooted to be substantially broken at a place that is substantial enough to give enough weight to accomplish your goal.
We'll find another way.
Can I inspect the walls over here? Maybe I can collapse at least this tunnel? At the very
Make
least.
me an engineering check
Alright.
as you try to find a structural compromise in this natural feature. With a 24, you do see that there is an area in the roof that if a significant kinetic blast was applied, it would cause a substantial sort of collapse in of this chamber.
Kinetic.
But again, number one, that does require something kinetic that sort of shakes that and causes the collapse, and it will cause the entire farm plot directly above this place to cave inward.
Do we have anything with enough force? Right there, Garrick points toward the ceiling. Right there would be the perfect spot to collapse it. He looks to the people just still behind him.
I think, and anyone can interject with their own, but you look back and see a bunch of timidity and perhaps unsureness on the face of your allies who don't seem too content.
I'm gonna start cleansing this water.
You need any
It's
help
good.
over there? And Victor crouches next to Ren, not super sure how this works.
I splash you. I
Garrick,
look really serious for a second, and I splash you.
Garrick looks to Leshy. Anything. Leshy. Please.
I'll give it everything I have.
You know what? Hades, do you think, out of curiosity, do you think a javelin thrown with a high enough? Okay. Alright, well, there goes that idea. What do I got?
Quite not, I apologize.
I don't think I have anything. Let's see if I can... Nope. Crossbow. Firebolt? No.
Not
I think
impossible.
you need explosives.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
would need
it's-
it.
If you crit on a firebolt, maybe, but I think the implication here is you are going to need something with extreme force.
Yeah, you need to overcome a substantial threshold to cause that collapse.
Yeah.
Just a
I don't know
reminder,
what that is.
usable farmland will be destroyed in this.
I mean, a farmhouse will be destroyed, not a farmland.
It's a part of the connecting property, so both correct. But yes,
We can lose a house, but we keep the land, but we can lose the house. I don't care about the house, but as long as we can put a stop to this right now. But I think, I think I might be overestimating anything. Leshy, are you raging?
Yes.
Are you gonna?
what is your aims with that?
He's just gonna slam on the spot with his whole body weight.
All right. It's, let's see. You do not have a bludgeoning weapon. You have an axe. So what I'll have you do is this. I'm going to allow you to do the athletics portion of this instead. As you, because you do not have a bludgeoning weapon or tool, or way to sort of leverage that spot in the roof to cause the cave. You have a shovel. I will allow you instead of that, if you want, I will allow you to retry, and it's still a lower DC anyway. You may retry to topple the stalagmite if you burn a rage. I'll allow you that.
Okay.
And you get it with advantage.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Oh shit.
Again, really trying to exert your will over the situation. Do you find yourself in the exact same spot that you were in before? And while you're able to meet the initial energy, not a sort of a loss of inertia, do you find yourself just not barely able to overcome that obstacle?
Damn it. Garrick will literally punch the wall. What else can we do? I just can't leave this here.
Well, I suppose there's nothing we can do. The village is forfeit, everybody will turn into zombies again. And this is for nothing.
At the very least,
He says loudly for these two to hear.
We're having a beach episode, guys. Don't worry.
While Victor is half panicking that he accidentally made friend drown, he is like, hey,
Oh.
hey, and he shakes friend for a second as he hears the
Yeah.
comment behind.
Friend doesn't move, and then when Victor's not paying attention, he just turns around and just knocks Victor into the water.
Well, I'll have you know that I never succumbed to peer fully lobbed into the water. And then he fully, I don't know, it was waist deep, right? Or knee deep?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
It was for you, waist deep.
Okay. He like full goes under for a second, and he's like, and he pulls this up, and he's like, I thought you were gonna purify this first.
Fred is just laughing to himself and just turns around and continues to purify sections of the water.
He
Gotcha.
looks towards the other two that are standing for a second.
Mm.
As can I make a knife that will eventually become like it's a ice knife I can hand to somebody to use in a short amount of time, otherwise it melts.
So you can take the time to craft the equivalent of a spell scroll over the course of the hour that it's going to take Friend to ritually cleanse this well. It does require material components that are a part of that crafting, as previously discussed. If you want, we can. That would just be like a flavoring of creating a spell scroll. And if you want, you can fundraise that from your allies if you don't have those materials yourself.
Would all of my spells that Victor knows already be in my normal spell book?
Correct. And that's
don't
what your
think either
current
thing-
spell list is representative of.
I'm thinking that I could. Is there a way that if I handed my spell book to Eric, he would be able to cast if he had the spell book?
No, he is not a wizard.
Damn.
Damn.
How long would it take to make this scroll?
It would, because it's a first level spell, that's 1 hour and 25 gold pieces worth of materials.
Oh my god.
I don't think you have the gold for it.
Well, do you know?
I don't know. I assumed you're broke like the rest of us.
I have $300.
What the fuck?
I'm kidding. I have 90.
Oh, okay.
But
If
while
it's something that you really need to, Far be it from me to say, I have the ability to make an explosive spell. That's about as far as I can go.
Are you sure you want to participate in what I'm doing? Or what
I'm
we're
not
doing?
participating. I just happened to lose a spell scroll that had an explosive spell in it.
And I'll just happen to have found one lying around.
Fine by me.
Then we will carry on with that for the moment while you take the time. At the top of the well, Kane and Yekaterina, the two of you, have exited, leaving them to the devices. And as you throw yourselves over the precipice of the stone container that holds the well shaft, do you pull yourselves free and are quickly ambushed by Wisp and Rook, who are both sort of anxiously waiting up top. As Rook sort of jumps on you, Yekaterina, for a moment, though maybe you kind of empathetically detects that you're not really in the mood, as you watch as its ears sort of airplane back for a moment, as Kane and you have a moment to yourselves as an hour is going to otherwise pass.
You go first.
Okay. Can Kane do like a check to see if Yekaterina would be in the mood for a trade?
You can insider.
Yeah. Kane wants the orb. He has a few trinkets.
Oh, it's the shadow. It's from orb to shadow tier.
I know. I just like calling it the orb still. Orb.
That's absolutely fair.
I think with persuasion, if I roll higher, you're able to determine. A little bit lower. You see, as soon as Yekaterina gets out of the well, does it look like she's making a beeline towards the center of town? She gives a very passive pat to Rook, but seems like she is moving elsewhere. Whether or not you want to try that now, be my guest.
Kane looks to Wisp, looks at Yekaterina like making a beeline for town, and decides that he's going to wait. She does not seem in the mood for chatter, so instead he is going to just sit nearby the bell and pet Wisp as he waits for the others to get out, and he's hoping that when they get out, like, they haven't destroyed the well.
Sure thing. 5 minutes pass, Yekaterina, as you march down the Old Svalich road, cutting through the center of the village. And as you come to the town square, can you see that there are many a people that are moving out and about, and you can tell that they're sort of loading up the bodies of the slain into a corpse cart and clearing the sort of fallen palisades and the rubble out of the city street proper. You can tell that the barricades are remaining up, at least for now, but nobody's tending to or reinforcing them, sort of hoping that the Count is true to his word and the siege ends tonight. And as they're sort of being loaded up, you find that your Vardo has been wheeled into the middle of the way, and several peasants are actually like helping Ismark like lift it over in order to put back on a wheel that had fallen off, because it has no cap. And as they sort of pull it over, and someone else, you don't recognize this man, but Kane, if he was present, would recognize him to be Arik.
I think Kane said he was staying behind to wait for the others to come out.
Yes, I said if he was present, he would recognize him. But he sort of moves it over as they sort of are putting horse tack onto this new horse that does not have a pattern dissimilar to Mishto, which maybe kind of hurts for a second. As you see this sort of white dappled chestnut horse is being tacked as Ismark sort of looks off to the side as they pull the weight down to sort of let it rest on the wheels. Yekaterina.
You seem to be a man who wears many hats.
I'm just I do not think it's qualifying a Cartwright for being able to push it over while somebody else puts on a wheel. But I thank you for the compliment.
We got down to the well. I think friend is purifying it now. It seems that the undead got in there through some type of teleportation magics.
That would explain how the Count went about it. At least he had the courtesy to be secretive of his methods.
Kane and Leshy have it in their mind that they're going to come back through there and are trying to take down the wall or something.
Correction, it's Garrick and Leshy.
I'm sorry, I misspoke. Garrett, my bad. Not Kane.
Wrong elf.
Kane's like, why am I in it? I'm sorry.
Wrong elf.
Garrick, my bad.
Why you being to me? I ain't even fucking driving.
I ain't fucking doing anything.
He furrows his brow and says, sorry.
I don't mean to put this on you, but they won't listen to me, as they have shown time and time again.
He sort of looks back to others and Ark, this, heavier set man who's tending to the tack. They sort of share a wordless exchange as he looks back over and says, bring me to the well. I will take a look at this. Ah, fuck. He sort of watches alongside. I think as you guys are coming back, another 5 minutes have passed. I think we're about 30 minutes in to the ritual. And I think that means, friend, you're halfway done. The sort of black, murky pollution that resides and floats as this noxious film that sits at the top of this water is repealing, in great condition so. Not only that, as your fingers are all kind of dunked into the water and channeling through your saint's bones as this purification that begins to sort of continue to scratch and illuminate, do all of you find that the water is sort of scintillating with this beautiful sort of refraction, like sun being cast through light. And I think as Yekaterina and Ismark are walking towards the outskirts of the village, there is a rare phenomenon, as there's like a slight bump in temperature, even. And I think the sort of surrounding scape outside is becoming a little bit brighter, as even they're not sure why as yet, but Sir Ismark sort of looks around on his head and goes, "Huh, weirdly nice day," as he starts continuing heading along. And as he gets to the well, there is a column of light that is gently sort of pouring out of the well at this point, just enough refraction to cause this this bright underglow as he gets to the side. Looks over to you, Katerina, and says, down here?
Yes. There is a chain, and she kind of jingles it a bit.
Okay. You hear him crash into the water as he sees you, Kane, gives you a small little salute as he jumps in down and begins to sift through the water. And he makes a face as he sort of sifts through it and looks as Friend is working his literal magic. Dick!
Fred laughs and just falls back into the water.
That's what I thought about it the first time.
Oh, nasty. Okay.
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
I hate you, I've decided. As he sort of pulls up to the front and says, Leshy, Garrick, I've been informed of a finding.
There's a teleportation rune deeper in that cave area. He points down in there.
Well, that's just
Tell him how you want to-
halfway through making, right?
Oh yeah, and you can pick up at another time if you'd like.
Okay, I will pause for now, making it almost look like I was just like, drawing on my spell book. And then he'll turn for a page, and then he'll go, it looked like this, but you could probably go see it in finer detail when you're over there. And he holds the book out.
He examines it for a second and says, as much as I appreciate the scholastic interpretation, I'm afraid I am completely beyond my understanding.
Why
Why
but
don't
he
you
comes
tell
in
Toot? Why don't you two tell him what you want to do to get rid of it? Why don't you serve that bit?
Yes,
We're gonna
mother.
go back and play in the water.
We got told on by mom.
Yep. You don't listen,
Wait
you
till
get
your
snitched
father
on.
heals about this.
Listen!
So dad gets home.
It's okay, Garrick. I proposed that we collapse the cave in
I
onto
want to.
the sigil.
We need to get rid of it, or at least block it off before more come pouring in.
And I explained to them that despite the fact that your sentence has been paid, if Strahd wanted to send more undead, he simply would. Destroying a well and the land above it is not going to change that.
But it will slow it down. You could have more time.
He can bring them in from anywhere, Garrick. It
He
doesn't
holds up
have
a
to be
hand.
from down here.
Eyes up. You will both listen to me, as I am the arbiter in this matter. Ekaterina is right in the fact that if the Count wanted to,
But sir,
not matter. He holds up a hand to you, Garrick. In your regard, however, it is in my vested interest in Burgomaster to deny any supply line that can be used as leveraging against me. You are correct that it is in my vested interest to disrupt the transpondence of this tome, as is my right as Burgomaster of the village. No matter what my count thinks, I am the steward of this land now, and disrupting this symbol is my right. However, I absolutely will not accept that caving in this well is an option. So I will tell you what I intend to do. He sort of looks over at the stalagmite, looks over and says, it's going to require a great deal of manpower, of me and the people of this. But if we collapse the well, it not only denies the water source, makes the purpose of the purification redundant, and destroys the above property, all of which are taxes I do not think we can afford, in addition to sundering a part of our exterior defense. I will have masons come in and build over top of it, and I will write a writ to our count, informing him that I am doing so that there is no confusion. Politically, the village of Barovia is protected by the right of stewardship, and there will be no subsequent subterfuge that you have uncovered. I thank you for bringing this to my attention. As soon as Friend is done with his ritual, as it starts to get brighter in this chamber as the light is sort of cascading over, actually causing Ismark to wince a little bit and causing him to smile. Is your job done here? I will come back down here with a workforce to lay brick over the circle.
yes, sir.
You have many
Everybody-
interesting laws.
How so?
I do not recognize much of what you just said. However, it sounds like you will handle it.
I will. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, Leshy. Next time, you should intend to deal with things that might result in the destruction of my property, of my people. Please, I beg of you, bring that to my attention before taking that into your own hands.
Very well.
I appreciate you. And he sort of looks over and says, I saw the corpses up by the well. It does not seem like this was an easy task for you all to do.
Victor, let us go.
As you all begin to ascend, save for a friend who remains down below,
I splashed them all on the way out.
I think at the end of the cascading hour, do we see something beautiful? with Friend still down in the well and everybody else just taking the time and pulling themselves out and freely. Do you all begin to see that the light coming out of the well is getting brighter? And villagers from the outskirts begin to sort of peel out from the eastern barricade as they sort of curiously come to see the source of this light, this beaconous nova that emanates from the outside of this well. Friend, down in the murky water as your saint's bones continue to channel your divine power into this water, are you approaching the end of the rite? And as you sit there with eyes flooded shut in quiet and solemn prayer, is there this dispensation, this emanation from your very palms that cascade into the water? And as the last of the murk and grime and contamination are purged, does the entire pool glow in perfect crystalline reflection, emanating in a column of golden light that pours out of the mouth of the well. For the first time in God's only know how long, is there a break in the sky. The thick overcast of clouds momentarily break way, and for the first time in recorded history, Barovians see a column of sunlight wash over the outskirts. They hold out their hands in holy supplication and fall to their knees in worship and prayer as they thank the Morning Lord. As the sun's brilliant resplendency, its gross incandescence, washes down and gives everybody a solid minute, 2-3 minutes of solar warmth before the clouds once again begin to brush back over and your hands slowly stop their emanation, Friend, and you pull away. And as you sort of splash your hands with the water, it is purified and beautiful, crystalline, that you can see with no obfuscation or contamination of any sort. It is beautiful, healthy drinking water.
Good friend. And I pat myself on the back.
Aw.
Oh yeah.
I think as Yekaterina is kind of walking back towards her Vardo, does she stop to appreciate the sunlight? And I think as she looks at some of the villagers who are bowing in supplication, does she chuff a bit? You're thanking the Morning Lord. Your hero's down that well. You go thank him.
The Morning Lord sent him to us. He is the son of the abbot.
There's no fucking saving you people. She waves a dismissive hand before walking off.
Yes.
A quiet bickering between some of the peasants as you march off, but Friend, as you are hoisted to the front, there is a raucous cheer and celebration as many a common folk from nearby rush to you and celebrate you. As I think there's a moment where somebody thinks that they're going to hoist you before realizing it's ultimately moot and not viable.
Yeah.
So instead, they sort of begin to sort of offer and just touching you gently like a fucking messiah. To these people.
I think Friend, again, like before when he was like hugged, is just like, what is going on?
And overwhelmed by this positive sort of celebration, does Ismark sort of hold up his hand to people as they offer their supplications to you and sort of like, the water well, or the well water, pardon, should be free of any of its pollutants. You may draw from and drink and water your crops without further incident, and we have our friends here to thank for their diligence, cunning, and ability. And he sort of gestures for you, Friend, to step forward and says, return to your homes and to your efforts of the day. We will have many an opportunity to thank these outsiders. And people start to gently peel back and the crowds begin to thin as you approach Ismark looks at you, a bit agape, friend, with his lips sort of unresistably curling back into a wry smile. Does he say, "That was very impressive, friend."
Friend just shrugs. And then
Modesty is all you know.
oh, sorry. Carry on.
He just says, "Modesty is all you know."
Yes. And then Friend has a second where he realizes what this means, and he remembers what he was promised. And just looks at Ismark and just smiles and says, "My letter."
Your letter. Your letter. As I've said, he sort of reaches in and says, "I meant to give you multiple messages at once, depending on how the day developed, but you have my letter of introduction towards nobility, and this is a request for summons. Should you meet the Baron of Valaki, you may give him this to distribute and dispatch to the Barony of Krezek, so that they can fetch your father." And he hands you a small, wrapped letter.
Yes.
As I said, I have no authority to make demands of the ecclesiarchy. However, I can use my station to guarantee that this at least meets your father's eyes.
He will come.
If you're sure.
Definitely.
Now, if you all follow me to the town, we have more matters to discuss. And
Of course.
with that, he begins walking down the old Svalich road. Eventually, does the group reconvene in the center of the town square. As he looks to the lot of you and sort of shows off the Vardo and the horse tack and begins to run his hand along the mane of the horse and says, "This beauty is Nori. She is a fine mare. She is a working horse that we've kept sheltered for the duration of the siege, and she has been making her training transition into something of a riding horse. However, she's not quite there." And he sort of rubs underneath the chin, but she is as good a horse as any, and should bring you far and help you carrying your cargo from here to Tidadinyan.
Thank you.
Of course. I have also included a sack of feed, so you do not have to worry about her needs for any short-term travel, but I do recommend you restock when you reach Balaki. For the rest of you, some of you already have missives from me that I wish for you to deliver unto the Baron at your own discretion. But I am afraid there are two other matters that might need attending to. Lashley has already made mention that he might find fruitfulness in speaking with the refugees that have fled this village initially, and having them be able to find restitution back in their homeland. If you find yourself indeed doing that, there is a mother here with the name of Maria Tarkova, and her daughter Gertruda. Her daughter has gone missing during the plight that has affected this village, and she has not been spotted amongst the many scores of dead, nor has she been scouted by any of my outriders. If you guys are heading there already, our leading theory is that she had gone to Valaki to petition the Baron for aid. Myself and Lady Tarkova would be infinitely appreciative if you found her daughter and were able to redirect her back to the village proper. I would be more indebted to you than I already am, should you find yourself able to do this. And if not, we'll keep praying until she turns up. Secondarily, and he sort of steps closer to you all so this conversation is not so easily overheard, and says, "The blood price my village has paid is not unique to us. And I think he looks at Ekaterina and says, "The Count of Barovia is upheld in era of iron-fisted tyranny for many, many years." And he looks up to the statue that looks over town square. A man who bears a striking resemblance to Ismark, though bearded, more muscular and built. And you can tell, engraved at the base of the statue reads, Ismark Antanovich, Bane of Vampires, 600 AD. There have been those who were able to rise to the occasion in years past and find triumphs against the Lord. And in these triumphs, have we been afforded errors and peace? It was my own great-great-grandfather that sent the beast into hibernation the first go-around. And perhaps your efforts will not yield permanent solutions, but respites nonetheless, for the weary hearts and souls of Barovians. I don't know how. It is beyond my capability of understanding, but I know for a fact the Dark Lord can be stopped. And I know the one person who knows how to do it. And once again, his gaze returns to Ekaterina. It is said that Madame Eva of the Sur clan is a prodigious seer unlike anything your people know of. Is this correct?
Katerina, I think, during this entire speech has been staring at him with a very tired expression before letting out a breath. Madame Eva has no peer. The stories are true.
And she has lived well past her expectancy, as she was the consulted seer from my great-great-grandfather. Every triumph mankind has ever levied against the Count was done at her behest and wisdom. I see in front of me people who have turned the tides of an impossible fight overnight. People who have conjured upon powers, magics, and fonts of potential only heard about in stories. If your prerogative directs you, if you find it within your beings and essences to stand on honor and in defense of the Barovian peoples, seek out Madame Eva. Worst case scenario, she will turn you away, and you are not meant to stand against him. And if that is true, he sort of points to Ekaterina, suggestive of your pessimism regards this effort, then you will lose nothing but time. But if she sees in your futures the same things that I see, your potential could do so much good for this world. I ask of you, not as a demand, but as a favor, on behalf of all Barovians. Would you please speak with the seer?
You have been kinder to me than most in your station, Sir Ismark, and for that, I am indebted. I will deliver your champions to Madame Eva and then to Wallachia, and afterwards, I will not put my people at risk chasing your dream.
He draws a sharp breath through his nose and nods. This is all I ask.
I think with that, she starts pulling herself up onto the cart and just double checking all of the tack, keeping silent.
Garrick.
He bites his cheek. Sorry, go ahead.
Garrick will hop onto the very back of the
No,
cart.
you do not.
What?
As soon as you try, Yekaterina cracks the whip and moves the horse a little bit forward.
What the okay.
Oh.
Just
I'm sorry, do you think you get rewarded for your behavior today?
Wisp will try to get on top of the horse.
Wisp can get on the horse, absolutely.
mm.
He gives Wisp a little pat. She pats on the seat for Rook to hop up with her.
I'm not asking for a reward. I am asking for decency. But if that's not what I'm getting, I will walk.
It seems like you don't have a choice.
Never. I didn't expect a choice.
Ismark, thank you for the information.
Of course. If you find yourselves back around my barony proper, I would be more than happy to intercept you and entreat you properly to the bounties we're able to reforge. And he sort of catches the back of you, Garrick, and says, if you really want, you're not left yet. You can always tinker with the suspension. Make the ride extra bumpy.
As much as I enjoy the idea, I'd rather not.
He smiles and says, and here I thought all Fae were tricksters.
I was not raised with such delights, but I'm not above them.
He claps you on the back a little bit before he sort of peels off and says, I bid you all farewell and good fortunes on your journey ahead.
I wave.
Paz chicos, Jojo.
He returns a knightly salute as we begin to leave and says, I'll try to keep that in mind. As he tries to recant that quietly to himself as a means of retaining the slightest bit of Vistani. Or Paterna. But you all begin to depart away from Barovia proper. Let's see.
Also, we don't really move. Quick. Oh, you want to get on my back?
What?
What?
King of the Wells? Who's the King of the Wells?
I think
That's you, buddy.
Yeah, I think you're the king of the wells.
There you are.
What are you to do?
You were the king of the wells, hotshot.
Oh, you're trying to jump on me? What are you trying to do to me?
You're gonna mount.
Try to tackle you into the water.
Oh, you're trying to tackle me?
I feel like it's just like a piece of paper hitting him.
I will... You know what? Oh, was this before and I just saw it now? It was before.
This was before.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, that's so funny. I also thought this was just happening right now.
That was so long ago. That was so long ago.
Yeah, it just says
Okay.
now for the
Incredible.
text.
Damn, simply because I'm unwilling to let that go. Victor, will
Yeah.
you please, for the fuck of it, roll me an athletics check?
Let's see how it went. Retroactive.
Yeah, retroactively, we're gonna do a little flashback before King of the Wells becomes a sanctified folk hero.
Dude, that should be his title.
I would like to remind
Friends.
you
King of the Well.
that I weigh
Right?
350 pounds.
Yeah, that's strength.
Okay.
Friend gets a buff anytime he runs an athletic check in a well. He gets gets advantage.
Athletics check.
Oh, athletics? Oh, it's a nat 1.
He falls in his ass in the
Because I
mud.
have the negative.
So I think what happened, and the reason why this has been something that's been simply mulled over, is because what happened nobody saw. I think Victor fully in the opportunity like a fucking predator in darkness at the bottom of that well, while everyone else was meandering around or going up.
I take
Fully
1 damage.
fully threw his body weight at Friend while Friend was purifying, and surely a fucking Wile E. Coyote fucking hitting a painted wall. Victor smash against him and peel and bounce off. And I think Fred, you feel something, and you just turn around and see that fucking laying spread eagle on the ground is Victor, and you're not sure why.
Victor is coming up and he pockets his weapon so he
slash
doesn't
him.
poke him, and he's like, you smash me?
No, splash you.
Oh, you
smash.
smash me. I just got Hulk pounded into the ground.
There's a crater in the well.
Victor goes and he goes, "See, are you and then he jumps in and goes, "Yes!" Boom! And Friend stands up after finishing polishing a certain part, and it fully knocks him into the water, nose slightly bleeding, and he goes, "Oh."
Friend turns around. Who threw that piece of paper at me?
Victor doesn't want to talk about it just because he.
Would Friend tackle Victor back? Is the question.
Ooh,
That's your
concerning.
He would probably
Uh-oh.
crush me, but I'm happy to
I
take
think
the 8
Friend
damage.
has seen that Victor is not the most resilient of the group, and would be afraid that he would actually break him in half.
Oh, my back. My back.
Oh, Hades, why are you really quiet? Is that just for me? was that
Am I
for?
really quick?
Might be just for me for some reason. I don't know why.
What?
Oh, speak now.
Hello?
Or forever hold your peas.
Can you hear me?
E's and
I can
Q's.
Yeah, I can.
I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
You guys carry along the road for the better half of an hour as you're sort of coming on the 40-50 minute mark as you're riding out of town. Do you approach the first landmark along your path as you behold the River Iblis Bridge. The River Iblis is a cold riverfront that flows downward and underway in this very sort of frosty rush that cascades over this natural sort of stone cairn bridge. And at first, maybe are suspicious of its make being something so irremarkably of the sort, but you continue along nonetheless, carrying onward and forward over it as the Barovian basin begins to peel back and the scattering of trees begins to slowly become more condensed. As you find yourself sort of entering the more woodland proper. The spattering of hills that roil over the distant horizons become more condensed and indomitable as you find yourself heading into more unworked and uncommon road. Pressing onward and forward as you all begin to continue your march along, do you eventually happen upon a grim little vista. After another 15-20 minutes or so, do you peel into what seems to be a crossroads. Give me just a moment. I did not have this open because I am but a fool.
Are you sure where?
You don't get to comment on that. That's mine.
I was gonna say we passed by that thing, by that bridge, and we have to play chess with the troll. I'm gonna be mad.
No.
I'm gonna guess the word.
Riddles.
I'm gonna give you 5 letters.
Fucking yes.
Answer me this
That's my
week.
letter. That's my word.
As you continue along the road, you see that an old wooden gallows creaks in a chill wind that blows down from the high ground to the west. A frayed length of rope dances from its beams. The well-worn road here splits, and a signpost opposite the gallows points in 3 directions. Brovia Village, to the east from whence you came. Sir Pool, pointed in the northwest. and Ravenloft/Falaki to the southwest. The northwest forks slants down and disappears into a copse of trees, while the southwest fork clings to an upward slope. And across the gallows, a low wall, crumbling in places, partially encloses what looks to be a small plot of unmarked graves, shrouded in fog and overseen by a tall statue of a derelict saint, as you behold a potter's field before you all. At this junction, Ekaterina, are you left to the direction at your discretion? But I would like everyone in this caravan to roll me a perception check.
I'm so good at those.
As we pull up here to sort of pause and decide where we go, does Ekaterina just very offhandedly comment, I had a cousin who got hung here once.
Oh, guys, we're all blind.
What was the charge?
Oh my god, we're all blind.
My
Oh my god.
God.
How many is that?
Twilight,
she
you're rolling
looks-
slightly,
Except
by the way.
I think they're doing good.
She looks
Oh.
down at you, Victor, and she goes, I don't know if might have been thievery. He might have whistled at the Barovian woman. She shrugs.
I'd say relate to hanging. Closest I could get is cousin getting stabbed to death.
Also rough. She gives you like a sympathetic expression.
Just kind of
Um,
rough days all around.
Don't mind this.
I'm gonna mind it a lot, actually. I hope you don't mind.
I'm super
I don't mind you,
minded.
I'm super
I can only mind as much as my nat 1 will allow me to.
being blasted. I got an 18. I'm fully. Listen,
I know.
I'm locked in. I'm locked in.
You're locked in. You're so good.
You're the
So
only
she
one who
She
can
got
see it.
stabbed.
Right.
It was like 28 of them. Some guy was talking about it. Hey, what's that over there?
Yo, Tokyo Drift. Alright.
Can't believe 3 of us rolled nat ones. That's crazy.
That
It's
is
the-
kind
it
of
just
fucking
baffles everyone with this. Yeah, they got.
I was kind of really
shot.
hoping we
It was
all
like-
rolled that one after me.
Okay.
Combo. Don't worry.
No. Just for visuals. As you all continue along, finding yourselves sort of approach the crossroads of this intersection and to start to regard these signposts, do you quickly get your bearings. And while all of you are sort of drawn to the immediate traversal that is sort of ascribed to you all, Victor and Victor alone, you hear something very momentarily, and you flick your head sort of this way bound, and hear as something with an 18. I'm actually gonna, because that's high. With an 18, you see something. A pair of glowering amber eyes, bestial in their naked nature, begin to stalk from the thick, dark underbrush. And as you take a moment and hone your acumen fine enough to see it, does your attention turn to this thing, and you hear a scampering as it begins to recede into the underbrush and flee from this area.
So it was staring at us, and then it left for no reason, or
It left because
we
it noticed. It left because you noticed it.
Freaky.
But unless there's anything else, you can continue along the road.
Seems pretty ominous. And Victor takes a few steps, and as he's walking around, he looks and he puts his arms in the air. What kind of things do you think there are here? And as he turns to the group, Hang on, I'm gonna scroll up. My notes. Oh my god, I deleted the page. Why? Damn. Give me a second. It's gonna be so funny. You gotta trust me. Okay, I'm ready for my moment. he looks back and Victor's like, why do you think that is? And Katarina and Friend watches Victor perfectly signs danger and turns around.
Katerina kind of stares at you for a long second, but then she'll look around as well, and she goes, if there is anything out here, it's probably better that we just let it be and keep moving.
Could be. I want to see if we can pick up the pace, depending on what's in there.
She'll nod and kind of urge Nori to move a little faster.
All right. Then I'll ask you, Katerina, do you veer towards Serpool then?
Yes, towards Serpool.
Okay. Now, here's the point where I get to do something funny and reward the person who rolled the most shit, which in this case is Kane. In a game of contest of losers, my dearest boy, you are the king. As you are passing along, Kane, do you sort of look over your shoulder and you feel a chill wind nip at your shoulder, and there's this general paranoia that eats at the back of your mind. And this place, it makes you uneasy. This place is something out of a ghost story that sends a chill down your back. And as you sort of regard from whence you came back over, you swear for a long moment you see something sitting on those gallows, looking at you and holding out a hand as if to beckon you as you begin to walk away, and you just hear it. Before you start to get further away from it as you're taking a moment to process it, and you realize that the further away that you get from it, the more it begins to sort of fade.
Would Kane be able to slip out of the caravan to just have a nosy?
You're probably going to have to roll a stealth check to make sure no one sees you.
Yeah. Would you like to try that?
Yeah, let's try with my... I think I have... Oh, I have a +2. I thought I didn't have any plus.
Well, it's the highest DC of your ally in terms of passive perception.
Boom.
Jesus Christ.
It's possible.
It not only is it possible, your DC to beat was 12. That's the highest passive perception in your group.
Go crazy, go stupid.
Yeah, go crazy, go stupid. As you guys are beginning to trudge along, do you peel out of the back and find yourself have slipped away unmolested as this thing sort of looks, and its head is in the gallows rope. And as you begin to approach, you watch as a second head begins to sort of peel out of this ghostly agglomeration and clutch to the side of the gallows as a dozen hands from the singular limb reach out in sort of supplication as it goes, "We know, see, no, tell, help us help you."
Kane is going to go to the step here carefully, keeping his distance, and I think he's going to try and cut the rope with maybe a bolt from the crossbow.
Sure. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Where is my crossbow? Thank you. Normal, please.
With an AC of 10 and a damage threshold far too low for you to fail, you levy your light crossbow towards the noose. And as you squeeze the trigger of the bow, all of you sort of hear that taut snapping of a bowstring. As all of you who were previously unaware become aware, Cain sort of standing on the gallows with this spectral agglomeration sitting on top. And as the gallows severs, does it fall? Thank you. Thank you. This chorus of voices that moves to you and says, gift, offering, foretelling, foresight, gifts of yours. Which gift do you yearn for?
Ekaterina's gonna hop off and start moving a bit closer. Cain, get the fuck down!
Give me a moment, Ekaterina.
As you bark that, Ekaterina, from the back of this thing's robe, like splitting through the non-corporeal thread, do you see several grimacing facades sort of almost stitch themselves into flints and scowl at you as they let out like these tiny little screams, like there's not a larynx to bark back at you or renege you, but clearly seem like defensive against you as they hiss.
Can I make a check to see if I can determine what this is based on stories I've known from my people?
Yeah, you can roll me occultism.
With my charisma, because we tell stories. You've let me do it before with this. You've let me do it before.
Yes, and I'm letting you do it now. Jesus Christ. 22. Seldom are the stories of those who die at sight of mass graves. When so many a soul are slain and put to rest irregularly, you look and regard a potter's field and the noose of ill judgment that hangs there, and know of the creatures that can apparate here. The creatures are called several names. They are called jabberers, they are called doomsayers, they are called gallows speakers. These twisted formations of wraiths with a unerring knack at foresight and not any sane coordination necessarily on how to use it. They have been spoken about in different lights, both malignant and otherwise. There have been ghost stories of many who have ran away from them because of their obvious unsettlingness. But Cain, in the sight of this monstrosity, this aberration, has met it head on and is seemingly not yet being scorned by it, but you see it cradling him so preciously and aggressively, as with a 15, I'll say that you can start to hear its whispers as it regards and clutches onto Cain. Gift, reward, thanks. What
Cain,
can we
don't listen to it. That thing is going to drive you mad. Get down. How many times do I have to fucking tell you people to trust me? I know these lands. Get back.
Cain looks at the apparition for a second, looks at Ekaterina, and he trusts her. He looks at the apparition with just sorrowful eyes, because he reckons this thing has been born from the hangings. I appreciate your offer of a gift, but I merely just wanted to save you from that noose. It seemed uncomfortable. I needn't a gift. I shall depart.
No! As all the voices start to unify into an angry choir as you begin to walk down the stairs, do they reach their hands after you and reflexively turn their head to Ekaterina as like a fucking ghostly snake? Does it slither along the gallows, clutch the side of the platform, and all of the faces look at you, Ekaterina? Deny! Run! As it begins to peel back, and all of the corpses that create this non-corporeal gallows speaker bloom into this massive plumage of ghosts that are all intermingled as all of them point their hands at her. And that is where we're going to call this session.
Oh, yippee! We fight.
Well,
We fight.
I would like to take a moment to apologize that I'm going to yell at everyone next session. I'm so sorry.
I have
Oh my god!
Friend and Victor have been very good, and she doesn't know that Victor was about to fuck around. So you both are probably going to be sad.
Not for now. Not for now.
No, wait. Okay, hang on. No, wait. Victor's not free because he. Okay, so I think the only person.
You can snitch on Victor if you want. I'm just saying she doesn't know for now.
No. I think the only person here that hasn't been yelled at is Friend. By Katarina.
I technically deserve it because I've still not been yelled at for almost killing the vampire.
Yeah, but that was more of a...
Yeah.
There's a reason she doesn't like to yell at you, Friend. She doesn't think that, like...
You don't.
You're a good boy, right? Exactly. It's like I think she has the understanding that you were created very recently, and she's kind of like, okay.
Over the table question. We're going to Stirpool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't Gerta going to the other place?
Sirpool is on the way to Valaki.
Oh, okay.
So we're just taking like a little detour off, but we will end up in Valaki. It is on the way there.
I just wasn't sure about that. Okay, because I also need to get to Valaki so I can get the letter to my father so he can 100% come and get me.
That's right, 100%.
For sure.
100% for sure.
You could also probably say, I know we're doing Stars and Wishes, but very quickly, you could probably find a runner at Sirpool if you wanted to hire someone there.
Probably find somebody to send it quicker, yeah.
Anyways.
Transitioning into Stars and Wishes, my beloveds. In a incredible fucking mathematical unlikeliness, both Garrick and Leshy have rolled a fucking 100 on that shit. We'll go top to bottom though, and say, Garrick, you start first, dog.
Alright, hang on a real quick moment.
And of course I rolled the lowest.
Turn off
really
push to talk
my luck
for this. Alright, so for the fight, going with Hades as the DM because he always gets to go first in my list. Amazing roleplay this session. I'm really happy with how everything turned out. I love you bringing Ismark into the well. I love the fact that we got to roleplay at the beginning, and I love the well. I love the well fight. Even though we were getting our asses kicked. What else? God, I don't know why my mind is blanking today on thing. I love that you were genuinely letting me try to fucking put a sinkhole into the well. That was really fun. I just wish I was more prepared for such a thing, and I probably will prepare for such a thing again in the future. I'm blowing stuff up. It's gonna be funny. Pain. I really love your roleplay with especially outside of combat. You did an absolute number on the Plague Spreader. Thank God, because I feel like any longer that would have been a hell of a time. I think learning about more about Kane in between the fights is really nice. I really am interested to see how your backstory connects with the amber piece we found in the manor, with how Hades also did the dream sequence. Going down to Friend, I think King of the Well, I think he's doing an absolute banger of a job. It's also good to see him emoting a little bit more in every day we spend time with him. I mean, I feel like eventually he'll actually be able to hold proper conversations with us. Leshy, my boy, you are great as always. Good job tanking most of the damage and basically taking it and taking up the focus, everything. I actually really appreciate your willingness to help Garrick in this situation, with his desire to destroy that teleportation rune. It was felt really nice. Victor, I also appreciate the underhanded tactics you try to pull with the well. The fact that you gave Garrick a landing, the fact that you tried to go into with the also real quick for Leshy, like the idea that you shielded Victor. I think that was a really cool moment. For Victor, I think the fact that you made a landing for Garrick, you tried to make an explosive scroll. I think really, really dope explanations. I really love how creative you get with the descriptions of your spells and how you handle combat. Dude, I wish I could be as that creative with when we're in combat like that. Katarina, you fucking scare me. Stop it. Fucking. I'm glad we had
Stop fucking around.
No.
I don't know what to tell you.
No, I'm not gonna stop it. It's gonna be funny. And thanks, Mom, tattling on me. Really? You brought Dad into the room when I wanted to do something stupid with fireworks. But I really like the conflict we have between each other. I know we've not really had conflict up until now, but I'm really excited to see if one of us can turn each other, change each other's mind about our morals on this situation. That'd be a fun dynamic to have. Other than that, I think everyone did really well this session. That was it. Hello?
Hello?
Jacob's muted,
God damn it.
or he stepped away.
He didn't want to hear it.
You didn't want to hear anything. All the shit talking.
That was
Unless-
dumb.
Yeah, unless you're praising him.
Hi, but we can hear you, buddy. We're being
Okay.
we're being silly.
My apologies. Could you repeat that for me? My attention was indeed distracted, trying to do DMs. One more time.
Oh, do you want me to say everything again?
No, just the part that you're inquiring me about.
No, we're done. I'm done. That's it.
Oh, sorry. Fuck. I was trying to reply to a DM.
Tables. We should just
I'm
restart
doing
the
this, I'm doing
session
this,
now,
I'm doing
guys.
this.
All right, we got to
We're
start
trying
over.
to-
He's
now.
been distracted this entire session.
Thank you so much, Garrick. My sincerest apologies. We'll then move to Leshy.
Yeah, I wish I took notes, but here we go. Kane, it was very, it's interesting to learn more about your character and their family. I am concerned deeply about why you need that amber stone, and I hope it's for something good and not something bad, because there's a lot of things that are bad in this campaign so far. Very good job on the positioning in combat, so you didn't get injured. Very smart. Friend, very good roleplay. Still a little bit worried about why Friend is getting so distant from the party. Aside from slashing us with water, he seemed a bit agitated. And good job in the combat as well. Frontlining. See, Garrick, yes. Good roleplay. It's a shame we didn't get to cave in that place before Ismark could get there. A real shame, you know. Yeah. It's, but also good job in the combat. Good
Next
job in
time,
the combat.
Gadget.
It was interesting seeing you run into melee with the zombies.
The kitchen knife.
Victor, yes, very creative in combat as usual. And good role play from you as well for remaining distant from the party. I hope that he'll warm up to us sooner or later. But it was interesting seeing you get along with Friend. and hopefully that continues. And Yekaterina, I'm scared for next session, but hey, good shouting as usual. And yeah, your character still has to actually teach Leshy about what is good and bad. Yeah, it's not my fault. Just throwing it out there.
She's trying, but she gets so angry.
Blaming your upbringing on how you're acting. Wow.
And Hades, thank you for the very fun session. I'm still enamored by the amount of voices you can do. And yeah, very excited for Drakenheim still. Yes. Excited, yes. Yeah, the Stride campaign has seemed like the start of it, what I'd seen already, has been very different from what I thought the campaign was going to be in a very positive way. So thank you.
Very glad to hear that. Well, thank you so much then. We'll move on to our third highest, which at 41 is a mathematical disparity, but Kane, Wraithrin.
Boop, unmuted. Going down the list, starting with friend. I loved the beach episode that took place in the well. That was just great to watch the exchange of. Great respite from the other chaos of the campaign. Garrick, love just the let's blow this shit up mentality. And it's also just fun how at odds you and Yekaterina tend to be. I like the clash. I like drama. Next up, Leshy. Let me get my glasses on. This hurts. Yeah. My brain is blanking out. Oh, I need to go to sleep after this. But Leshy.
It's okay. I didn't do anything. You can talk about Victor. It's okay.
You were so good. I will whack you through the screen. Stop fucking being mean to yourself. I'll send Jet to do a psychic meow through the screen. I'm sure he probably could if he tried. Oh god, he looks like he's gonna fucking kill me. Yeah, love just you and Garrick going, let's destroy this. Let's destroy this. Let's destroy this. Just the chaos of this thing is going to cause problems. Let's solve that by blowing it up. Love the chaos. Next, Victor. Once again, same with friend. Love just the beach episode that was taking place in the well. I also love how he was almost playing both sides in the well conflict, to say. In the sense that he didn't outwardly say anything, but, he was in the background drafting up an explosive spell. So I like how he was just sort of going behind Yekaterina's back for that. Just being sneaky. And Yekaterina, this poor, mother of the group is gonna be so sick of everyone. Not even by the time we reach the next town, I fear. I love how she is desperately trying to get these people to realise that these lands are essentially trying to eat them alive, and how she is struggling because these people don't quite grasp the fact that the land is trying to eat them alive yet. Maybe soon she will get some peace. She probably needs just some peace. Get her, what does Yekaterina like to drink? Tea, coffee, alcohol?
She likes to do hard drugs. No one's been able to see it yet. But
Yeah, a line.
soon. I'm sure you guys will see.
A line on the
Um,
silver platter.
Yes. She's in with
Snorting
scroll.
the silver
That explains
powder.
it.
And last but not least, the dear Dungeon Master, Hades. Once again, loved the session as per usual. Loved the voice acting. It's always amazing. And just love the way this game is run. And the pity system of, hey, you got the most shit rolls. Here's a fun thing for you to notice. Hurricane is fucking blind. Like father, like son, because I'm also blind. I need glasses. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Ta-ta.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. We'll then move onward to Victor Quinn.
Salutations, it's me. Bet you've been wondering where I've been for a while. I think as I'm gonna go down the list. Starting off with Kane. First of all, I thank you for being the person to roll really high in the well, because I think if no one rolled high, we probably would have had to suffer like 2 more turns. And I don't know if some of us, me only, could handle 2 more turns down there. I'm just made of flesh, but I would like to imagine that I'm made of stone. Poor friend, I thought it was very funny that we got to do a little scene where we're like, it's not so bad, and then we just immediately went and we got attacked by spirits. So that was fantastic. I very much enjoyed doing a little section at the side. I thought it was very fun. I thank Garrick for saving Victor and doing a fun drop shot. That was really sick for you to go, I'm letting go of the chain. And I went, oh, that's going to do a lot of damage if you fall. But nailing the shot, absolute peak. It was so fun. Going over to Hades, I just continue to thank you for letting me do a lot of adaptations. It feels like I have like 20 spells equipped when I'm able to run all of my crazy, insane ideas by you. So I'm very thankful that I have it. And it was very fun. I was about to recommend doing one more if that ghost was going to try to do something against Kane, but thankfully I didn't have to. For Leshy, people have said it, but I just thank you for, nabbing me when me, a poor little wizard, thought it was a fun idea to stand right next to the 2 things that do the most special kinds of attacks that knock us out cold. So yeah. I'm just thankful that I didn't get poisoned, because I think I would have just died if I was unconscious, drowning, and poisoned. I think, Katarina, thank you for rolling me onto my back so I was not drowning in the water while everyone else was fighting for their lives. And I'm personally waiting for the day that that Katarina's like, I'm done, and then we just see a boss bar, like Katarina's boss fight. We're like, oh fuck, and then we all have to just get absolutely folded. I very much. Oh my god, my table fell. Anyways, I'll have to deal with that in a second. I'm thankful for you just kind of like leading the narrative and also making sure that we take responsibility for our stupid choices. And just kind of, making sure that we don't go too stupid without getting punished. So, thank you for keeping us all in line.
Jacob.
Hello?
What,
Oh,
eat
sorry. No. I heard that. I heard all of it. Easily
Yeah, exactly. What did he say about every single person?
Oh,
he said, thank you so much for holding us accountable for our dumb mistakes. And I can't recall every single exactly thing, but I know he has.
Wow.
I'm gonna blow up the truck. That's it.
Okay, killing myself live on cam. Hey guys, moving on.
my God.
Katarina.
Brief interruption. I don't know if I'll get disconnected because Windows just said, hey, I want to update the computer.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So I don't
So
know if it's going to
fun.
pick me
Okay.
God damn it, Microsoft.
with that in mind, I will go ahead and do Leshy first, just in case we may lose him.
Okay.
Leshy, today I really liked you. I think it's really easy when there's character conflict to fold for the sake of getting past it, and I really like that Leshy stands by everything that he believes in. And I think you play him really well whenever he has his mind set to something. I do apologize for being the fun police. If I was playing a different character right now, I would have absolutely helped you blow up that fucking thing. Unfortunately, ripperonis, I'm so sorry. But I did think it was a very good idea, and I thought it was a very creative solution to what was going on. I'm really looking forward to him interacting more with like the laws here, because that was kind of a small throwaway line that you had that you don't really understand how they work, and I thought that was really interesting. Now to go down the actual list. To Kane. I liked Kane today. I didn't get a lot of you in the beginning, and I think one of my wishes would be that we do kind of see more of him, but I do especially like... One thing I want to compliment you on, I can't. For reasons that I can't explain. But I will say that I think, if I know Jacob, he really likes it when people just see something in front of them and goes, yes, absolutely, without any questions. And I think he did a really good job with that today. I think with the Gallows, I think of all the characters to see the Gallows speaker, you were probably the best one, because I think just about anyone else would have been like, fuck that. But to go and help what is very clearly a ghost who is quote-unquote trapped in a noose is objectively hilarious. And you've started a really interesting fight that I'm very excited to do with everyone, and so I'm very excited for that. To Friend, I liked Friend today. I thought the whole levity with the splashing was very cute, and I think it's nice to see those moments with him, and I'm glad he got to be the big hero at the end. I think overall we're getting to see a lot more emotion from him, which has been really, really interesting. I already did Leshy, you don't get extras. To Victor, as always, as everyone always says, you're really, really creative with your combat, and so I'm not going to go into it like for the millionth time, but you are very creative with your combat, and I always enjoy seeing it. I have a similar wish as I did with Kane, and I'm sorry, my dog's having a sneezing fit. Are you okay? All right. The same wish I have with Kane is that I would like to see a little bit more of Victor. I understand that there obviously are problems when it comes to your scheduling, and that's not what I mean at all. I mean more, once you're here, it would be nice to kind of just hear check-ins on like what is he doing in a moment or stuff like that, because I really, really like Victor and I want to learn a lot more about him. And I know it can be hard to push yourself into something, but when you do, you always give really, really good performances, so I would be excited to see more of that. A really big thing I like today is him and Ekaterina very passively talking about horrific deaths of their family as if this is just kind of like a thing that happens. I thought that was funny. I thought that was a good bit. And then to Jacob, as always, wonderful session. I did really like how you ran the well. There was an event that I was hoping to happen today, and it didn't, and I'm a little sad about it, and bleh. But I expect, however you do decide to do it, it is going to be very fun and very interesting. I'm very excited for the Gallows speaker, and I'm a little disappointed that we had to cut session short right before the fight, but that does mean we get to start with one of my favorite fights next turn, so that's going to be very good. As always, your voice acting is incredible. Love Ismark, as always. Sad we're leaving him behind. He's my babiest of boys. Unfortunately, I don't think Ekaterina has much more to say to him, but I am glad I got to interact with him in the ways that I did. And yeah, just overall, I thought it was a very, very good session. Wishes, I do not have a lot. I think overall, we all did really, really great. Minor thing that I'm just gonna bring up every now and then is just remember that when the DM is going into his thing, let him finish before you add anything. That's it. Very small thing. Otherwise, I really do think everyone has done really good. I think as a table, we have become very cohesive, and I really, really enjoy playing with you guys, and I'm really looking forward to the next session. And I also hope that don't be mad at me when I have to be mean in character, please. Please, I won't be able to take it. I'm so sorry. I love all of you so much. I promise I'm a nice person in real life. Okay, that's it. Thank you.
All right. And then finally, last but not least, we have Friend.
Yes. Kane, yeah, I loved the ending. I feel like it's easy to forget that Kane is also new to this world sometimes, because they're a little bit more cautious than the rest. So the fact that Kane sees a ghost, again, very funnily, trapped in a noose, and is like, let me go close to that thing that looks horrifying and help it out. I also love that Kane immediately noped out from the potential crime in the well and was just like, yep, nope, not being a part of that. And then in the combat as well, the saving grace, because we absolutely probably would have all been absolutely wrecked if Kane wasn't wow, Garrick, wow, Chris, that's
Chris! Chris! No!
It was funny. I thought it was funny for the
both are
moment.
fighting.
Sorry, continue. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Garrick, I love Garrick not backing down. I feel like Garrick has been kind of playing the middleman in a lot of the conflicts and was like passing over information. So having Garrick stand his ground against Ekaterina and be like, no, I am doing this whether you want me to or not, was really fun to see. Also, having him be a bit more in the middle of the fight, and like teleporting and charming people, and that was really fun to see. Jacob, had a great time. I really loved how you narrated the. You did forget to do Chris. I was gonna mention it, but I thought it was funny to not say anything.
I did. I thought the same thing.
Oh,
I'm
rude!
like,
Please continue, and I'll type it in the chat. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ.
I was going to say it when you started. I was waiting. Maybe you're going to do Garrick at the end, and then you just didn't do it, and I was like, okay. But Jacob, I loved the narration of the purification, how it worked. The combat again being like difficult enough, but not to where I felt like we were just scraping by because of luck. Even though we kind of did in the end, but that was more because we were doing so badly beforehand. And all the voices, I loved the voice you have for the ghost just now at the end, the spirit apparition, was really creepy. Really great. I would love to do a fist fight match with anyone. Great. But Leshy, again, I loved Leshy's combat of drowning the zombie. Of just using his weight to be like, no, go away. That was really fun. I also love the kind of nonchalantness Leshy was like, okay, we just won't do it then, and just more people will die. That kind of like pragmatism. And his immediate thing of like, I will destroy this entire ceiling and cave in this entire building to do this thing was really just a fun moment. Victor, I really had fun. I really enjoyed Victor. I think I liked that we got to see a side of Victor that's a bit more engaging with the party, because I feel like Victor's kind of always kind of brooding to the side and kind of doing his own things, trying to sneak away. So the fact that he actually interacted with Friend in the beach episode, and like, but it still wasn't a very Victor way of like, you are not going to get the best of me, and then failing spectacularly. Was really fun. And then the use of magic. I mean, I would never think of using spells like that in that way. So it was always great fun to see. And then Katerina, I love the mom of it all. And I love the fact that she immediately snitching to the person in charge. You're like, if I can't do anything, let me get the person who has the power to do something. And then not letting Garrick on the horse was also really fun. But that's it.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for your attendance today and another wonderful session. I look forward greatly to next week. As Peach may have alluded to, this is one of my favorite fights in the entire thing because it has a gimmick to it that I think makes for the most interesting roleplay fights in the entire thing. And if anything, I think that not diffusing, but instead aggravating, it facilitates what is a much, because there was a cool little boon that little Cain would have received for his act of altruism in the face of abject horror. However, fighting this thing also yields a very, very interesting result, which I am so excited to wallop on all of you because of its gimmick. But until next week, where we get to have our prophecies divined, have our sort of past come to meet us, and maybe meet an interesting character or two along the way. But until then, I formally dismiss you all. I bid you all adieu, bonne nuit, auf Wiedersehen. Thank you so much for your attendance.